Yeah, I am. What? Bring all the questions. Girl, it's Friday. I'm liable to tear it up. Okay? I'm a gang member, yeah. Listen, if we not having fun, I don't want it. So, today's topic for the record, okay? It's Friday. We chill. But the topic for the record is your need to feel superior is killing your ego fulfillment. Your need to feel superior and important and and also your ego's desire to basically keep you out of what you actually deeply mostly want, like most want. Okay, we want a house and car and this sort of like generic love that we talk about. Hold on a second. Miss Funer said, "Oh, talk about it. What? Tell me what you feeling that when we start telling the truth." So I repeat, the topic today is your ego's need to feel superior, to control, is killing your fulfillment. It's killing it. It's killing it. If you're new here, my name is Naeem. I'm a power mentor. I've been supporting women, coaching, mentoring women around the world, thousands of women around the world for 12 years. I just got serious on TikTok last year, and it looks like as I've learned, now we starting to get the viewership up. And so um, this topic came about because I work with women who either already high level, they're high level in their education, they're high level in their income, they're high level in the way they live their lives, and women who are working to become high level. This is my clientele. By the way, this is God Power Live. I'm here every weekday at 12 p.m. Pacific. God Power Live is where the original woman comes to connect with her likeness and refine her emotions so she can end the inner war and finally get here embodied and deliver her divine message and be rich and be rich. I think you like feeling left out, Wilson. I think you like feeling left out. There's so much frequency in you guys' words. Even the words you type, there's a frequency. Even in your silence, there's a frequency. And when you start dealing with people who truly deal in the domain of true power and frequency, not this ego based power that pretty much most people who are talking about power, they don't really mean power. Because when you really mean power, you understand that there's the two words that are here going back, wholeness and unity. There's a wholeness, there's a unity, there's a oneness. The whole separation, whatever the reason, the ego is the only thing that can keep you separated. When you're in true power, there is no separation. And any separation that is there is a natural separation. Like the video that I did the other day when I talked about the distinction between Black women and the original woman. And the separation is about knowing who you are. You see what I mean? So it's not like I'm separating myself from you because I'm better than you. It's not like I'm separating myself because I don't know, I don't understand you and you make me scared and I'm judging you. So I keep you over there, but then I call it discernment. I call it wisdom. The trickery of the ego. Now, okay, so before we go on, I have solutions for you. You can ask me questions here. Okay? Also, let's have a moment of silence for the ego. We will not be vilifying the ego. Okay? We will not be vilifying the ego. For those of you who love the Bible, I think your Bible tells you to what? Love your enemy, pray for your enemy, something like that. So we're not like the ego is the enemy. Because anything you make the enemy, the demon, the devil's over there, the devil, I hate that about me. Oh, I hate that about myself. Anything that you like, oh, you so stupid. Bitch, get it to bitch. Like, you're not gonna get to that wholeness inside yourself. You're not gonna get to the fulfillment inside yourself. And so when you look at other people who exhibit the behavior that you judge inside yourself, you're going to judge them. And that's going to keep you in separation. All right. And so that's one element of ego. So we're going to talk about this in duality, ego and shadow. Okay. So the ego part of you that is like, I'm not like those people. I don't do that. See, because them hoes over there. Right? That's ego behavior. It's so much ego behavior, but that's why shadow behavior is looking at something and being hella triggered by it, and you don't know why, or um, being I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this. Oh my God, oh, that's your shadow being reflected in the real world, and it's talking back to you. Okay. So we're going to talk about this in two ways right now because with the women who I'm working with, these high level women who, what happens in the world, the masculine dominant world that everyone's pretty much living in until they come to know who they are and they erect both parts and come into appreciation of both sides of themselves. Hi, Troy. Then you can be harmonious and you can really play the game of fulfillment wholly and really do the real thing that you came here to do. But what happens is when you are ascending in the material world, when I say ascending, I mean getting college degrees, moving up the career ladder, doing all the things that money can buy you, um, writing books, making impact in the material world out here, and you're one sided. When I say one sided, I mean you're heavy on the masculine. And when I say you're heavy on the masculine, your whole framework for how you move, how you think, how you decide, how you live, your decision making process is very much on doing, very much on the material, very much on action, very much on good and bad, right and wrong, based on logic, based on linear, based on narrow, based on right? Which is how a lot of women who end up in higher echelons, financially, education, etc., academia, because the world, as much as it talks about wanting feminine, we want feminine. Well, the evidence doesn't seem to say so. I get well, when we look around at the reality of, even in the reality for mass humans, you know, women's supposed to be going back to work after what, 3 months, according to your system? They're supposed to be going back to work after having a baby, after 3 months after having a baby. That don't sound very much appreciation of the feminine to me. And we can go on and on and on. Okay. So what happens is so many of us, we ascend and we find success through a very masculine frame. And the masculine is the ego is the masculine's reverent sire. Okay. The masculine gets off on doing, it gets off on producing, it gets off on work, it gets off on action. Now, this is good. Okay. This is very good, by the way. Okay. We're going to talk in good, bad for a moment. This is good. So, it's not a problem with this. The problem is when the ego is running the show. Now, how do you know the ego is running the show for a woman? Now, we're looking at this through the female lens. How do you know the ego is running the show? When all of your actions are based on a pros cons kind of thing. It's based on, well, I have to. Well, I'm obligated. I gotta work. I gotta, it's very much, I gotta produce. I gotta work. Ignoring the body. I'm tired, but I gotta get this done. My body is saying I need to take the next 3 days to rest, but I gotta get this done. It's, or through this example of a woman right now who's inside of my Shadow Gold program, who's successful in so many of the ways that I've already listed here. One of the ways that she keeps herself out of the fulfillment that she's craving now, because now this woman really wants her godhood. She wants to take her message and now go viral and serve millions. She wants to have a TED talk that goes viral. She's like so many women who are have achieved the masculine way, but they don't have the fulfillment. And if you, not if, but when you get all the material things and your feminine is not in for the ride, really driving the thing, when you get there and you're in the beautiful house with the bank account and the books you've written and the multiple degrees and all the travel and etc., it's going to feel so incredibly empty inside, because the feminine is the nourishment, the feminine in you, the part of you that just lays down and does nothing, the part of you that basks in the enjoyment of things that you enjoy: flowers, going to new restaurants, wearing beautiful dresses, playing in makeup and perfumes, traveling around the world, having help around. Somebody is cooking and cleaning and tending to you and helping you with things. Okay? If she's not in and you get, and what has happened is, to build this up over here, all the accomplishments, there was a kind of separation. There was a kind of work and building up and linear and narrow and focus. And so now, when you're ready to get into the feminine, which is a receptive energy, okay, this is why we have help. Okay, this is why we rest. This is why we receive from men. Right? And so what happens is, because so much of your personality, so much of your energy, so much of your focus, so much of your decision making every day for years has been very masculine centered, masculine dominant. When it comes time for you to lower yourself, okay, to become receptive, you struggle, because so much of your success has been built on, I'm the achieved, accomplished, queen, holy thing. And you people over there are, you're not as spiritual as me. You're not as successful and accomplished as me. You're not as wise as me. You don't know God and power like I know. And yet, and still, the people who you want to connect with, the people who you want to do transformational work with, the fulfillment that now you want, because you realize all of that stuff you got, and you could even be married. You got the husband, you got all the stuff. The satiation is in the primal darkness of your full feminine power. And that requires a humbling. That requires a surrendering and a submission that's not like the submission that the men are talking about online today. Just ignore all of that. We're talking about true power over here, which is soft. And it is so unified. It is so allness. Allness. It is so allness. And so the fulfillment that you want, that you currently don't have, requires a lowering of self and a submission. And the submission is really to you. The submission is not to anybody else. The submission is to your high self. And a, yes, I accept. Yes, I receive you. That's what the submission really is. And so in that, it gives you the knowledge that really allows you to connect and to be in environments with the people who would, there would be a circuitous, not circuitous, a circular, a harmonious connection, which is what we're doing in Atlanta at Women Gods Gather. Tell me what you guys are getting from what I'm saying. Is this making sense? And I know that, this is for a small group of people, Troy, I'd like for you to be quiet. What are your thoughts on what I'm saying? I really like my hair. I've been thinking about my next move for my hair because it's feeling like it's about to be time. Hold on. Janelle, hi Janelle. Janelle said, I totally agree. I thrived in my divine masculine energy. You thrived? I wonder what you mean by thrive. You mean you got a lot of material success? Which is great, by the way. We love material success. Material money, let's say money. Money allows us to hire help. Okay. Money allows us to invest in our businesses, invest in ourselves. Okay. Okay. I don't know any woman who thrives being dominant in her masculine energy, but you may have a different definition of thriving. Okay. Troy, if you want to stay here, you need to be quiet. Okay. Okay. So what happens is when it comes time to come into environments where submission is required, and submission is an energy thing. When you walk into a room, we can feel that your ego is the first thing to walk into the room. We can feel it. We can feel that your ego is the first thing to walk into the room. Even how you talk, the way you answer certain questions, we can feel it because the whole room is about feeling, and feeling is invited. This is why, for those of you who are sincere about primal power, meaning you're not afraid to have your pussy activated when you're talking to an audience of 5,000 people. You're not afraid to have your pussy activated because, look, if you're talking to basic people, it don't matter in many ways. You know what I mean? If you don't care about reaching millions, and if you don't really care about fulfillment, and you like struggle and survival, and you addicted to that and want to hang out there, fuck it, right? But if you are sick of yourself and sick of how your ego drags you around, never getting you where you really want to go, you need to be in environments with powerful women who have submitted or are submitting themselves to their high self. Remember, submission is to your highness. Your highness. The highness in you. Your submission is to the highness in you. Yes, your highness. Your highness. Okay? Now, what is your this is I love this language. I love it. So, your highness contains the allness of you, your primal self. Oh, and, oof, these are dynamic conversations. You need to come inside. So, let me talk a bit about something. I made the money and got the material things I desire. Yes, that's super wonderful. And then the sustainability, that's where it's like, we need the feminine for that, right? The fulfillment and the sustainability, because none of us can sustain high incomes through a dominant masculine frame. We maybe can do it for some years, but not for the rest of our lives. And we don't want to either, right? Girl, please. Hell no. Hi, beautiful. Okay. So, uh, hmm, there's so much going on. I feel so good right now, you guys. I feel so good right now. How are you guys feeling? One thing, anybody here know themselves to be a witch, or scared to identify as that, or you recognize that a large part of your feminine power is in you owning your witchhood and your sexual power? Anybody here dealing with that? Hi, Pico. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, the May of Life. Thank you. Hi, Royal Knowledge. So I'm really excited to do this. I'm really excited. So you guys have heard about shadow gold, right? That's basically that's where I think everybody should start. And shadow gold is $5,000, and many people are not ready to start there. Shadow gold is brings you home to the body fully. It's like, um, school K through 12. Basically, shadow gold is like K through 12 for you coming home to your body. Or let's say K through 12th grade. Okay, K through 12th grade. Shadow gold is what it does is it sets you up for coming home to your body and your primal power. There's an exercise, there's many exercises in there and resources and tools, but I do it on camera how to take all these things that you fear, particularly when it comes to attention, your own sexual energy, and all the things that women deal with on the inside when it comes to being full and visible and commanding, and how to take it all up and through your pussy. It's powerful. It's really intense. Every woman who has bought it, who I have talked to, is loving it, is going through it multiple times, and you have it forever. So first of all, if you beautiful rainy day said I just started tapping into my years power a few years ago. Good afternoon, Briona. Um, it's just it's where you want to start. It's the foundation. Like if you value what I'm doing over here and you know that your power is needed now for you to have a significant 2024, 2025, 2026, on and on, for you to start to get comfortable in your body, get comfortable with your voice, get comfortable with larger amounts of money, get comfortable with receiving. When I say receiving, not just money and gifts and all that, but receiving envy, receiving attention, receiving hate, receiving, and learning how to receive it without being so scared it's going to come that you live like this. You're closed all the time. You're on defense. You're tense. You push things away. You analyze everything through a they're after me. You analyze everything through you know a fear-based, judgmental kind of. And there's such your feminine power is so incredible. It's so lovely. It's like it's the best thing you got here on this planet. It's the best. Well, what else are you gonna do? You know. And so when you can, you know, ooh, in many ways, it's wordless. Look, I'm swiveling my hips. It's wordless in many ways. It's and it's able to take it all in because you are a receptive thing. And so many women are scared to take stuff in because we're not in possession of ourselves. So that's another thing Shadow Gold helps you to do. It helps you to be in possession of yourself. So you never feel the need to be like, no, to people's energy, to men's energy, to, right? You never feel the need to be like right now, how's your breathing? Right now, how's your breathing right now? Check in. Is it here, shallow? Or is it down in there? How does your pussy feel right now? Right now, how does it feel? Troy, I'm about to block you. This is your last chance. You about to get blocked. I've asked you, okay? I understand that you are appreciating me right now, and I appreciate that. I do. However, your words are not welcome right now. How does your pussy feel right now? How does it feel to be you? How do you feel about getting on camera and talking about the truly true content of your what you want to talk about that relates to you selling your products and services? Like, what do you want? It feels like it needs some attention. Thank you for liking the live. Y'all go ahead and share the live. So, first of all, Shadow Gold, I recommend you all sign up for it today. If Shadow Gold is out of your league, and also there's payment options on there. There's 3 payment options. You can come in at 650, and there's 8 payments of 650. 8 payments of 650, Or you can split your payment in two. So you pay 2,500 today, and then the other 2,500 comes out automatically in a month. Or you can pay in full. So you could get Shadow Gold today. Okay. If that's out of your league, truly, and you're not ready for that level, you should, not even should, you need, and go read the details. But more, hold on, because this also, I want this too. So my Heal Your Witch Wound, it's a digital product, it's DIY, it's yours. Heal Your Witch Wound. You can buy that right now with the link in my bio. That's going to begin to help you come into the power that I've been talking about here today. The price doubles a week from today. So you need to get it today because the price is doubling. Here's what I want from you. Here's what I want. Because the product is still being made right now. I'm in the middle of creating it right now. So when you go to the page with the link in my bio, you'll see already what I'm planning to include in it because I know what you need at an introductory level as it relates to your power and your body. When you buy it, I want you to DM me or send me an email, whichever way, whatever, with what you specifically are working on. Because it's oftentimes universal. Even if you think it's just you, you think it's not that big of a deal. If you have a current problem that has been burning you, if you have a desire that is burning for the havingness in your life, I want you to put that in my DMs because this is really good for me to put it inside the program. Hello. Where it almost feels customized to you. That's actually part of how Shadow Gold got built. Inside of the first module and all throughout it, I spoke to how women get fat and overeat as a way to create a protection barrier around themselves because they're scared of their sexual power. And a lot of women do this. And this woman did this because she had made up a story that men can't handle being around beautiful women. They can't see titties and legs without losing their shit and acting stupid. And so she decided to put on weight through eating. So she put on the weight, but then she wanted to lose the weight because she realized that she was just trying to hide. She was just scared of her power. She wanted to wear certain clothes that she couldn't wear when she was overweight. And when she went to go start losing weight, she would get anxiety. So she'd be working out, but then when she started seeing results, she would get anxiety. And she realized it was because the story that she told herself, that she forgot she told herself. This is part of what happens for you inside of Shadow Gold, is that things that you forgot, like even dreams you forgot. So many of us are in such amnesia. And you think that the prison that you're in is like, how do I get out? How did I get here? When you forgot, you put yourself there. Like she put herself there by saying niggas can't handle themselves with titties and ass and woo woo woo. And the truth of it was, she never learned how to receive vast amounts of attention from men. So many women are so disempowered when it comes to men, sex, primal energy, vast amounts of male attention, whatever the attention looks like, whether he's genuinely complimenting you, catcalling you, whatever he may be doing. You can use all of it. You're a woman. You are so fucking powerful that the church and men of old created laws and doctrines to get you to forget the power that you are. That's why it's so easy for many of us to go into amnesia and then submit to a male, which we all lose when you submit to a male because he can never have the power you have. He can never see what you can see. No matter how connected he is, no matter how divine and powerful, and we absolutely love divine masculine men, they could never. Their divine masculine is activated with you. It's not the other way around. But that's the trickery that the church and men of old played on women. So now women very easily fall into amnesia and fake coyness and pretending you're my king, fake smiles and you know getting fat because that feels so much safer because then I won't be attractive and I won't have to deal with my energy, my real full primal power. All of this coming alive and being able to handle it is what Shadow Gold helps you do. It's high level. If you're not ready for Shadow Gold, you need to start with Heal Your Witch Wound. It's only $97. and the price doubles a week from today. It will begin to get you into being able to be with the fullness of your power without needing to blame men, without needing to be like, you pig, I'm sick of men, I don't like men. We could, do y'all know women could change men today if we decided to? And I don't mean like actively doing things to change him, I mean just us being in our power. All the women who are married today, all the women who are in any kind of relationship with a male, romantic, platonic, you work with him right at the office, you could change men just by your way of being. Everything he brings to you, all of it, that which you like, that which you don't like, that which you hate, and using it, receiving it into you. But you can't receive it into you because you are so lacking possession of yourself. You're so disconnected from this, and then down lower, you're so disconnected from it that when he comes and brings you something, you push it away because you don't even know how to take it in. This is what shadow gold helps you do. This is how powerful you are. The church knows this. Men of old knew this. And that's why they beat and killed our foremothers. They made their daughters watch to train them to forget, to not want to deal with the responsibility of power, to be afraid of any kind of rise of power in herself. I mean, this is all, the data is everywhere about this. And never mind the written data, just look at how you act with yourself. How do you feel about the smell of your pussy? How do you feel about making love, fucking, having sex? How do you feel about receiving everything a man brings your way? Ugly men, disrespectful men, men who, narcissists, all of it. Are you like, narcissists are trash and that, do you know how much fun you can have with a narcissist? Do you know how you could use that? No, you don't, because you're not in possession of yourself. You're blaming men, turning them into the enemy, the problem. You're the problem. You have not owned the divine feminine that you are. You have not owned it. You have offloaded it on to men. In society, we don't blame you. It was set up this way. This has been conditioned over time. Your job is to come home to this power, and it's not your divine feminine energy. And oh God, it's just, oh, because you're a queen, and I know that I'm pink and roses, and primal power don't give a fuck about external anything, anything. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? It's more than confidence. And who is they, beauty, beautiful? It's more than confidence, but let's go there since that's a word that people can latch on to. We'll go there, okay? Confidence in what? So here's, before I go on, I want you to tell me what you want. I want you to tell me what your true problem is, and I want you to DM it to me after you buy Heal Your Witch Wound, because then I'm gonna put it in there and really cater it. Although it's gonna feel like it's for you, it's universal. Our problems are not our own. A problem that we have, most often, millions of other women are dealing with the same problem. So by you telling me what your real problem is, DMing it to me, I can address it inside of Heal Your Witch Wound, and it will be delivered to your email a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow gets delivered to your email. Now, what about confidence? Confidence in what? Let's talk about it. Oh, men want confidence? Is that what you're talking about? I thought you meant women. Girl, do you know how much life this is? Do you, this, the life, the deep nutrients, the intelligence of this here? Good God. God. It's this knowing They are drawn to women with power. Yeah, true that. True that. So, anybody have any questions about today's topic? And the issue is, so many men are not familiar with full powered women, so they feel insecure about that, so they stay away. They'll watch you from a distance, most of them, but they don't want to come in close. Many of them, not most of them. So, any questions about this topic? Mm, 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 mm. They've been trained too. You know, during the witch hunts, there are men who were killed too. There were men who were killed too, like men who sided with the women, men who knew the what was going on with the men just wanting to control and dominate and weren't with it. Um, you're late, darling. Figure it out, groovy. And I'm not your sis. I'm not your sis. I should get a T-shirt that says, "I'm not your sis." I'm not your sis. I'm not your sis. Are we done today? Beautiful. Are you going to be buying Heal Your Witch Wound today? Thank you for following Book Book to It. Book to It. I think we're done for today. All right, I'm logging off. See y'all Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific.